Welcome back to another Porsche Car Whisperer video. My name is Mason Gilchrist, and I'm going to be giving you guys a tutorial on exactly how do you set up your brand new Porsche Taycan as soon as you get that first email from your Porsche Center to be able to create a Porsche ID account, and how do we link that Porsche ID account you've created to your brand new Taycan. If you don't do it, you're going to be missing out on a bunch of the awesome features that the brand new Taycan has to offer. So I'm going to show you guys how do I link that, as well as how do you set up the Porsche charging surface as soon as you have linked your car and your account, and how do you turn that on so you get access to that 3 years, up to 30 minutes of charging through Electrify America's charging stations. Let's go ahead and get into it. So as soon as you turn your brand new Porsche Taycan on, it's going to have this screen, which is very, very convenient. It's going to be the start of the Porsche setup wizard. Of course, I'm here, I speak English, so I'm going to go English. Then this just says that this is going to show us all the steps to be able to set up your brand new Porsche Taycan via the PCM or the Porsche Communication Management, which is this screen here. I'm just going to press next. This says that the data connection has been integrated with the SIM card, so now we can officially log into our Porsche ID, which is something that we got as soon as you purchase the car. Your Porsche dealer will send you an email. You'll actually create your Porsche ID via that email along with a password. So now we're going to take that login information and we're going to input it in here. This just says that it's going to be talking to the Porsche ID server. So we're going to go and press next. Now we're going to search for a phone. So we just search for phones. This is so I can link my phone. I can do Bluetooth, play any music. So it's searching for phones. There's my phone there. I'm going to go and select it. Perfect. There we go. It says my battery's low. So I'm going to go ahead and press next. Now this is where you sign in with your Porsche email as well as password, just so we can link that account that you've created now to your brand new Taycan. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in here. This is not my login, but this is a friend's login. So we're going to go ahead and log in with his email and password. And this is going to save all of our settings to the cloud, so to speak. So we're going to log in. There's our email. We're going to do the password. In the past, we would have got a code that we would have input right into the PCM that would have linked our Porsche ID to our brand new car, but this is a lot more in depth just because it's had a lot more services than any of the previous Porsches. Okay, so now it says that it is preparing the registration. So now our Taycan is talking to the Porsche ID server. It's now going to talk to the account that we created as soon as your Porsche dealer sent you the email. So just going to take it a second here. And then as soon as we get to this is going to ask if we want to set up a security code. So every time that you were to get into your Taycan, you'd have to input a security code. I recommend doing it login without security code and automatic login. So every time you hop into your car, it'll automatically sync up with your Porsche ID. So I'm going to go ahead and hit login without security code. Just going to type in my password here so we can bypass it. It's going to verify just to make sure that the security code I set up is in fact the security code. Now that's going to unlock automatic login. Just so every time you get into your car, it's automatically going to log into your Porsche ID. It's going to set your mirrors, automatically set your seat. All the radio stations are going to be automatic. So that has been selected there. So I'm going to go ahead and press next. And then this is asking if I want to activate all of the Connect services, and I do. So I'm going to go ahead and press activate here. Your Porsche Connect services have been successfully loaded. So now those have been linked with my brand new car. Then it's going to come up to this screen here, which is for voice control. There's online voice recognition. I'm going to talk about that in a later video, exactly what does online voice recognition mean and why should we select it. But I'm going to go ahead and select that here. There's also a setting for activate by saying, hey Porsche. There is so many options that you can actually turn on by just saying, hey Porsche. For example, you can say, hey Porsche, turn on my seat ventilation. Hey Porsche, change my climate control to 72 degrees. So there's a lot of options that you can say with Hey Porsche, or you can even have it take you to a specific location through the navigation system. So I would actually recommend that you do turn that on if that's something that you do that appeals to you. It's actually very, very cool, and it's very, very sensitive, and it works really well. So that's as easy as by saying and selecting Hey Porsche. If you don't do it now, you can always select it later. But I'm not going to have it turned on for now. So I'm going to go ahead and press accept. Then this is through the vehicle Wi-Fi hotspot. Now, the hotspot's actually not going to be so you can use your iPad and link to the car's Wi-Fi to play YouTube videos. It doesn't work that way. It's actually just so you can link up to the Porsche Connect services. I'm just going to go ahead and press next for now. And then that is the end of the setup. We have reached the end. I'm going to go ahead and hit finish. Up here, it's going to show that I have now connected a Porsche ID. Now let's say that you have a guest that's going to drive your car here and there, but you don't want them to change any of the seat settings or any of the presets that you already have pre-saved. For example, climate, mirrors, the seat. And what you're going to do is you're just going to go up here, you're going to select your name, and you're just going to press guest. That's going to load a guest profile. So any of the changes they make while driving the vehicle, it's not going to change your settings. So that's something that I recommend that you guys change if you have anybody else driving your brand new Taycan. So I'm going to go ahead and press exit. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to go back to my profile. And one small little hint, there's going to be a little icon here on the right hand side. If there's like a little shield, then any of these services are not going to be active through Porsche Connect. That's going to be this little logo here. This says right now we're talking to the Porsche Connect server. If there's a little shield, I'll show you what that looks like. This is going to turn off any of the vehicle tracking, any of those type of services, and now it won't work if you're trying to locate your car via your cell phone. So I would recommend just keeping that inactive, just so you don't get that little shield up here. So we're going to go back to the home screen, and then I'm going to show you guys exactly how do you see where your brand new Porsche Taycan is via the Porsche Connect app. You'll go ahead and select that. It'll have you log in and register, as well as the same email and password that you initially used when you first signed up for the account. So as soon as you get into this screen, you'll be able to see your car, see if it's locked. You'll be able to check the current charging level. You'll be able to see if there's any profiles or timers that have been set up for any of the charging profiles. I'll be talking about that at a later time. You'll be able to check the mileage. You can also check and see where the car is actually located at and how close it is to you. So if for some reason your friend's driving the car and they're maybe driving it too far, you'll be able to check and see how far they've actually gone. You can also check and see where the charging e-stations are as well. That kind of links in. In a previous video, I actually did how do you charge your brand new Taycan at a Electrify America charging station. If you guys want to check that out, the link's going to be right up above. But this will actually show you how you can check and find where the local charging stations are as well. So you can search that through here. And then as soon as you have logged into your account, you're actually going to want to make sure when you initially log into your Porsche ID here online that you have signed up for the Porsche charging surface, but you're going to actually have to put in your credit card to your online account. Otherwise, you're not going to get access to the Porsche charging service. You just want to make sure that you put in your credit card, but it's going to be a zero charge and it's going to be for a 12-month period. So just want to make sure that you guys do that. Otherwise, you won't have access to the free charging. So that's very, very important. And that is how you set up your brand new Porsche Taycan using the setup wizard, as well as also turning on the Porsche Electrify America charging stations. So you guys get that 3 years, up to 30 minutes of charging free. If you guys have any questions, go and leave them down in the comments below. I'm going to be doing a lot of tutorials here in the near future, just showing you guys how exactly do you use your brand new Porsche Taycan 911. I'm going to be doing just an array of tutorial videos. As always, I really appreciate you guys watching these videos. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. We'll see you guys in the next tutorial. Thanks for watching.